Hello and welcome to The Free, a podcast with myself, Jack Grant, aka Granty, and two other blokes, Hallus and Aaron. This is a short introduction about what to expect from us in the coming weeks and maybe months if we're still friends for that long. Currently, the podcast is being recorded remotely due to the whole coronavirus epidemic, but we'll start doing video sessions once the restrictions are lifted. Every week, we plan to release a new podcast and a topic chosen by one of us free. It can be totally random and obscure, but for all of our sakes, hopefully interesting. Hallus, if you'd like to give us a brief insight into what kind of genres you'll be delving into when it's your turn to present.
Yeah, thank you, Granty. So I think my main area of my main genre will be history. It's kind of my main forte, but I'll be delving into other things such as certain sports, things that are definitely close to our heart as well, current affairs, and kind of political stuff as well. So
political stuff. Oh, so you're gonna bore us to tears, are we?
Yeah, pretty much.
So what kind of history you?
I'll do a bit of a variety. Probably picking out people from history, interesting figures. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely well, not too boring.
So I imagine you've got a little short list together of potential topics that you're going to discuss.
I've got a few ideas, yeah, that I find interesting. So hopefully you all feel the same.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, the weeks to come will show what you've got then. And Fordy, what about you?
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be on the podcast. The three sort of main topics that I'd like to speak about during these COVID-19 lockdown days are sport, definitely in particular football. I find my knowledge is quite huge on that, and as you know, I am the quiz master of football. So
and also a referee for all the listeners out there. Yeah, we do have a referee on the podcast.
Yeah,
and I'm not shameful about that actually. So. Second of all, I'd like to talk about religion. It's a big thing.
Ooh, good choice.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
I do like to talk about religion, yeah, because well, for me, I'm not really a religious person, but I do like the arguments for and against it. So that's an area. And finally, the law. I do like talking about the law. I've studied it before. I work in it, and I find the area really interesting. There's so many different areas. So that's something I think.
Well, for our listeners, if you're still awake after that, he did say he wants to speak about the law. So. If you want to tune in for that one, that's your own decision.
Yeah, refereed and the law. Great.
So I think it'll be nice to do it also academically.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe they'll learn a thing or two. Do any of you guys have any questions about what's to come?
Yourself, Granty? What kind of genres? You've asked us and kind of shift the blame.
Now, maybe serial killers. Keep it on a happier note. Serial killers.
Okay.
Might throw a little bit of war in there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think we'll see. Maybe people's life stories of all backgrounds. I think. We'll see what comes up. But once I've got mine out of the way on this Sunday. I'm sure we'll have. I'll have 3 weeks to think of another one before we get our guest speakers on. That is.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So
have you got any serial killers as guest speakers planned? Or? We have to wait.
Just your old man.
All right. I knew that.
There are some questions in regards to the sort of structure of how the podcasts work.
Yeah.
Is it like, I understand that sort of there's three of us, so does one person bring the topic each week and then the other two have a for or against argument, or how does it work?
Just questions. So the person who's hosting every week, presenting every week, will give they'll have ample time to research their product, their topic, and they will bring over the topic, and however they choose to do it. So, for example, for mine this coming Sunday, I've come up with a structure of introduction, timeline, and then key points to discuss, and hoping that you two will then come back with discussion. Otherwise, we're going to have a very short podcast.
Okay. Depends how sober we are Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So it has that discussion based on there. So I've picked like a topic and I've just worked my way through start to finish, what happened when, key points, what I think's big points to discuss. What do you guys think? And then you can say, oh my god, that, like, I don't know, or all right, fuck off, you're boring, or oh, like, that's interesting. However you take it. And it's just a discussion, hopefully for 45 minutes to an hour. Could go on for longer, could go on for shorter. I'm sure it will vary week by week, depending on the topic. But
do we know that topic beforehand, or do we get told that on
the two, like, so the two people who aren't the two of us that aren't doing it, we'll find out there and then. So it's good. It's good to have that, like that surprise. So then you are intrigued. It might be something that you know absolutely nothing about. So then when you're asking about it,
more than likely.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the thing. Yeah, the thing I've been researching for this Sunday, honestly, I thought I know nothing about it. I thought it was a lot more exciting than it is, but I've already researched it now, so fuck it, you're stuck with it. So it is what it is. Hopefully it's an interesting discussion, but
okay. Filling me with a hope here, Granty.
It's a thing I've always wanted to look into, so could be an interesting discussion.
Everyone, what sort of?
So that's what our podcasts are going to release at 8:00 on Sunday evenings on a weekly basis. So I don't think we're going to do any seasons or anything like that. I'm thinking we can just keep them coming every week, consistently. New topic every time, and then we are going to have guest speakers. So we've got a few guest speakers already lined up who we plan to bring onto the podcast in the coming weeks, and they'll discuss areas that they are somewhat, and I use the term somewhat very loosely, specialise in. They So we've got friends of ours who we can get on, who are all right, a bit of this and that, get them on. Might be able to bring more of an insight into things than us.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
So any more questions?
No, I think that answers it for me, Granty.
Okay, so this coming Sunday, 8:00, I will be hosting my chosen topic. Before then, moving on to Hallus and then 40. Hope to see you all then.